Hi folks, welcome back. Period Woodworker here. This is part 2. We're going to be taking a look at the ESCHER hones, the water razor hones that are German stones. These stones have gotten extremely expensive in the last several years after I collected them for many years and oftentimes bought them for not too much money. Now they really are hard to get a hold of unless you are willing to spend the money to get them. But before I start, I forgot to cover in the first video that I did. There are one or two things that I do use these for in a woodworking shop. The first is I use them on this old infill plane that I have. It has an extremely close mouth, and I keep the blade honed very, very sharp, and I finish it off with the ESCHER stones. The reason I go to that trouble on this plane is I use this primarily only on bird's eye maple, curly maple, some of the other highly figured woods that you need something that really will cut through it and not pull too much out. So I do use it on that plane. I also use it on a set of special Japanese chisels that I have. These are chisels that I use for some of my finest work, some of the dovetail and some of the other stuff, or just when I feel like using a really nice tool. So these are probably the only chisel that I really take the time to work, and sometimes it takes a long time because these ESCHER stones are so fine. But once you have it there, you've got something that you can't duplicate. These are very sharp. I've actually used this one quite a bit, and it really is time for it to be touched up again. The ESCHER stones usually come with a slurry stone. This is one of my prize stones. I really will hate to sell it, but I don't really use it very much. I actually do use this stone on the chisels and the plane blade that I said. This one comes with a slurry stone. This one is 10 inches long. I don't think I've seen but one other one of these. One that was more than half worn away, recently sold on eBay for, I can't even remember, I think it was like $700. But this stone is mint. The box is kind of falling apart, but you can see it's the stone is just perfect. The labels, if you're a label person, the labels on this stone are nice. Again, it's in this box. It does have the stone, and it has just a gorgeous label also inside of the lid that fits on it. Now there's no label on the outside. So one of the things that I want to show you, and I don't really intend this to be a cavalcade of me just showing you stones, but I wanted to show you some of the different kinds that you have. Within the ESCHER stones you have different qualities and you have different fineness. I found that these, and you can see my camera skills really suck tonight, don't they? Anyway, this one's about worn off. But anyway, what I wanted to show you, this is a dark blue stone. And if you can compare some of these are going to be very similar. And this one actually still has a label on it in which it says dark blue. I don't really have too many of the dark blues because as I started using these and saving those, I found that some of the lighter ones, some of the ones that were what they call a blue-green or a yellow-green, seem to have a finer honing ability. you get into some of these like this, and most of the ones that I have, I guess because I was getting them to collect, I did get them with the box. This stone, I can't remember if it has, no, it doesn't have a label, but by the tone of it, it's a probably a blue-green. It has the slurry stone. And then you have all kinds of these here, some really small, well, they're not really small, they're 6 inches or so, over an inch wide. This is all anyone uses, but most of these are the very light gray. These are the ones that I like the best. They seem to do the best job with them, with you. I have quite a few of these that come in a yellow box. I think I might have one that came in a red box. Sometimes I bought these and they didn't have the slurry stone, so when I come across one, I really like it. This is one that had a good label on it, and why I bought this and why this is one of my most prized ones. This is, you can see that I've used it because it has some of the dust on it, but this is more of a green, yellowish green stone. It has a huge slurry stone. I'll be selling this one. I'll probably be selling all of these. A lot of times these don't actually, especially the yellow-green ones, don't have the label on them because I guess maybe they didn't stick or something like that. But there are a lot of these that are like that. Here's another one with just a gorgeous label, no slurry stone. But I found and talked with people, the slurry stones really aren't that important because you can get slurry stones still, and you can even use slurry stones that are in other water hones or that might actually be in Belgian honing stones. Some of the best stones, or the ones that I've had more offers to buy than anything else, are some of these that have a label, and I think this is after ESCHER started. They must have set up operations or something in the United States, because these Barber's Gem, this one was made in Germany. But then if you look at this one, which is probably one of my most valuable stones, although the box is really coming apart, it's a Barber's Gem also. The label is just about gone. But if you'll notice that, this is a Barber's Gem, and it's a box like none of the others that I've seen. This one, the stone actually slips down into it like that, and then this label would go on it. And if you can see close enough, this one has ESCHER & Company, New York. So I'm sure I'll be selling that stone. So that's a very nice stone. Some of the others that you saw, like in the yellow boxes, they also come sometimes in the red boxes. This box was pretty rough. It is a Barber's Gem, if you can see on the front of it. And it has a very nice label in it, although the box is pretty much gone. I think all the pieces are here in case you wanted to put it back together. But the one thing that I really wanted to make sure that I got across to you is that this is a large blue-green. These are some of the best ones that, I know, my camera skills are crappy. But if you have an opportunity, some of these lighter colored ones, the yellow or the blue-green, are some of the stones that will give you the very final hone on them. I mean, I'm sure that the bluer ones will do a fine job, but that's just a look at some of the ESCHER stones. Keep in mind that these are not sharpening stones. If you want a stone that will sharpen, you've got to get another stone. These are for the final hone, for the final edge that you want on this. And I'm sure that they were developed and fine-tuned for the consumer that was using them for straight razor shaving. So, thanks again for joining me. I hope that you like these ESCHER stones. And I probably will be referring to this video whenever I put these on YouTube, or if I get offers or whatever. But these are nice stones, especially this one 10-inch stone with everything there. I actually even have another box that I probably will be selling, a beautiful wooden box. This one has no damage to it. It says made in Germany on the top, but I have no stone for it. So there you have it. So this is the period woodworker. I'll be doing a lot of these, so I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you will mark that you like this if you like these types of things. Those like buttons really help these videos show up in searches when people do, and that really helps us out when you mark these as whether or not you like them or not. So again, period woodworker, thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back real soon. Thank you.